Well, you know, I was living up in Lubbock then. I was just out driving around, and I see this long, tall, scarecrow-looking guy carrying a guitar way out on the edge of town. He said he had just come from San Francisco recording a record, and he was heading back to Houston. And so I took him on the other side of Lubbock, out where I used to catch rides at, and out by the old Pinky's liquor store. And he said, you know, thanks a lot, and he reaches in his backpack. I kind of look in the backpack, and it's like there's not any clothes in there. It's nothing but albums. So he'd carried these albums all the way across the desert back to Houston, and reaches in and gives me one. I was a little surprised. I'd never met anybody who had actually recorded an album before. And I take the record back to Jimmy Gilmore. We put the record on, and we're just mesmerized by it. Ends up, we play that record over and over for weeks. It made us rethink what we were doing and what a song was all about.
Well, I used to wake and run with the moon. I lived like a rake and a young man. I covered my lovers with flowers and wounds. My laughter the devil would frighten. The sun, she would come and beat me back down. But every cruel day had its nightfall. I'd welcome the stars with wine and guitars, full of fire and forgetful. I was taking my pride in the pleasures I'd known. I laughed and said I'll be forgiven. But my laughter turned round, eyes blazing, and said, friend, we're holding a wedding. I buried my face, but it spoke once again. The night to the day we're a binding. And now the dark air's like fire on my skin, and even the moonlight is blinding. Now the dark air is like fire on my skin, and even the moonlight is blinding.
Aloneness is a state of being, whereas loneliness is a state of feeling. It's like being broke and being poor. Like I feel aloneness all the time. And loneliness, I hardly ever feel it during the day. But sometimes, you know, like in motels, I've written a lot of songs during the day because in a motel room, there's not much difference between the day and the night. And the door's closed and the big rubber curtains are shut, just like night.